What it do? Episode 3 of Hot Streak Podcast. It's your boy Saif, and I'm not alone in the studio.
You already know what it is. I'm out here too with the homie. First and foremost, you want to set it off, Saif?
Yeah, you know what? I want to talk about my favorite player in the whole entire league right now, and he hasn't even played one game. That's right. Lonzo Ball, triple B's.
Triple B, big baller brand.
Big baller brand. My guy didn't even play in the championship game, right? But he got the MVP of the Summer League. 9.3 assists average. That's more than any player in Summer League history. You know what I mean? He won the MVP, but to me that doesn't really mean much because I saw like the last 3 guys who won it, and like, you know, I don't really know Glenn Rice Jr. and some other dude, but like they're bench players. You know what I mean? So I didn't take it. I took it with a grain of salt, but at the same time, it's like he's like uplifting the Lakers right now. You know what I mean? Like
that press conference after the game, Magic Johnson saying the Lakers are back. Who knows? Honestly, it's a little too early to tell. But it's impressive to see that these young guys are actually like Lonzo. Basically, you saw the first 2 games he struggled. But the third game took the third game off, and then came back in the fourth game, got a triple double. Easy triple double.
Light work.
And you could see his leadership on the court. You could definitely see it, and then definitely putting the team first, and everyone seems to be following in those footsteps about pass first mentality.
Extra passes, extra plays,
the extra pass, and the extra plays.
Unselfish.
Yeah, and it's good to see. A new shift of culture for the Lakers organization. I mean, obviously 4 years of missing the playoffs is not ideal for a 16-time championship.
I'm happy. I could say I'm happy we missed those 4 years, because then we wouldn't have got Lonzo Ball. We might have been like the 30th pick this year. Nah, we would have been like, 15th or something. But like, yeah. You know what? Everything happens for a reason. We back, baby. Lakers basketball. I'm a give my hot take right now. Lakers are going to take the 7th seed. Right, in the Western Conference, the stacked Western Conference, and all because of Lonzo Ball, and not to mention the newly signed KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. We got a 2-way shooting guard, which is rare in this league. There's only like 4 of them to play offense and defense.
And the thing I like most about Pope, he prides himself on his defense. And that's exactly what you need at the shooting guard position right now in this league, I feel like, because there's so many different combo guards that it's kind of like a gray area if they're a point guard or a shooting guard, but you're going to be switching on those plays every single
We're so versatile now.
Yeah.
We have Ingram, Caldwell-Pope, and Lonzo. Say one of Lonzo wants to switch to the 2 and Caldwell-Pope wants to go to the 1, we can do that. Ingram wants to go to the 1, Caldwell-Pope goes to the 3, we can do that. We have so much range and so many different ways to go about it. Not to forget
about Jordan Clarkson.
Ooh.
Jordan Clarkson definitely working on his defensive game in the summer as well.
6th man of the year, I'm calling it right now. Another hot take. I'm dropping these hot takes.
Lakers going 82-0 this year. I don't even care.
Easy. Nah, but real talk, we took that Summer League championship.
And we haven't even talked about another impressive player that I saw. Averaged 21 points this Summer League. Kyle Kuzma.
Ooh.
Again, the Lakers picking the 27th pick, getting a nice pick out of that.
Another goat.
Yeah, Larry Nance was the previous 27th pick that they picked up, and obviously Larry Nance has done a good job, established himself as a decent pro. And so Kyle Kuzma showing flashes, playing with the chip on his shoulder.
He goes hard. He won the MVP for the championship game.
His ability to stretch the floor is impressive. He's literally, we haven't even got into training camp yet, but he's definitely throwing his name out there to be part of the rotation this season. And that's interesting because we have a lot of players that you're like, before you see Summer League games, you're like, okay, this is what it's going to look like. And then post-Summer League, you're like, okay, how is Kuzma going to fit? Because this guy can ball.
Exactly. And not to mention, again, we're versatile. He's positionless. So you can put him at like, the 3, the 4, the 5, maybe even the 2, just, if you need to switch off. Like, this guy, he can shoot from the 3. He's crazy with his post moves inside. Like, I think we got another, like you said, great 27th pick. We the best. all our shout out to the Lakers recruiting
shout out to the Lakers scouting. you guys are doing a great job.
Hey, wait, another thing on Lonzo Ball really quick, because like his have you seen his post game interviews or like his pregame, any interview he does?
Yeah, he's team first mentality.
He's a 2K my player. Like he's the 2K my player. I don't know because I know for sure he plays 2K and they give you those options, and I swear that's where he gets it from, because he's just like, all right, I know how to build team chemistry. I know how to big my guys up. Like, no way Kyle Kuzma was playing like this in college. He averaged 21 points. He played 6 rebounds and 3 assists every game in the summer league. Like, the dude went off, and he really impressed everyone. So it was sweet.
So now with summer league behind us, we await training camp. There's another big free agency moves that happened. Rondo signs a deal with the Pelicans, so he's going to reunite with Boogie, with DeMarcus Cousins down in New Orleans and Anthony Davis. So I still think the Pelicans are a kind of weak team. They only got 3 guys. I mean, Rondo, Cousins, and Davis. And they got Drew Holiday, who's an established pro. Who's on the brink of an all-star.
Hey, that's 3 brothers in the league right there, right? Aaron Holiday, Drew Holiday, and what's the other Holiday? The new one. The one who just came out of UCLA? I forget his name. But that's
I'm not sure.
3 ball bros.
That's
right
like right. There's the Plumlee brothers too. They got like 6 of them or something. They're all like coming out of Duke and North Carolina.
Mason, Jason, Chris,
Chandler,
bunch of white dude names. But, no, Rondo to the Pelicans. You don't think they're going to be that good? I think they're going to make the playoffs just because of Rondo, because he's going to facilitate the ball. He's going to be a beast on defense.
I think they lack. Right now, I think every team in the NBA, to be a successful team, you need a nice 3-and-D wing player, and I think that's where the Pelicans lack. They don't have a small forward that could play defense and essentially just spread the floor. They got Boogie and Anthony Davis. So I mean, both of those guys could put 50 points up any given night. So yeah, they're a dark horse, I feel, for the playoffs.
I hope the Pelicans can keep Anthony Davis too, because I heard that the Warriors are trying to get him if the season midway isn't going good for the Pelicans. They're going to make a move. They're going to make a move for Davis.
Rumor mill. Speaking of rumor mill, CJ McCollum trying to recruit Carmelo Anthony as the Carmelo Anthony Knicks saga continues. They're trying to recruit him to the Portland Trail Blazers. I don't think that's going to happen. That if Carmelo's going anywhere, he should not go to the West.
Look, Carmelo, you should not be picky. Take who will give you an offer, because you're not going to do good in the Knicks. They don't even want you. They don't like you. You don't like them. It's not a good fit. Just get out of there. And I heard that he's not interested in going to Portland. Like, dude, that would be way better than any situation you're in right now.
I don't think Portland could afford him, to be honest.
Bro, take a pay cut.
Yeah,
if you want to win, he needs to
what you got to do. Like, he's a great player, one of the greatest players of this last generation. The last 15 years, he's been putting up astounding numbers. He just hasn't been able to compete for a championship, and that's unfortunate. But that's the way the NBA works sometimes.
Look,
like
Carmelo Anthony, if you're watching this, do you want to end up like Charles Barkley?
Yeah. Do you want to be that bum on NBA TV?
Yeah, bum. You want to end up with no ring? The only ring you got is the one your wife gave you, and she probably took it back. That's a hot take right there. Look, I'm telling you, Melo, go to any team that'll take you. I'm telling you this, because at the end of the day, like, don't just not go to the West because it's hard. Because look, if you go to the playoffs, you're gonna have to play whatever Western team comes into the finals.
The best fit for Carmelo is Houston.
Yeah, that would be interesting. He wants to go there too.
Yeah, because I mean, Chris Paul. Imagine Chris Paul just diming up Carmelo every game.
I'm not even sure how Houston's gonna work yet.
Yeah, honestly, it's on paper they look okay. They look great, but it's like you have 2 ball dominant guards, and then if you put Carmelo into the mix, you have 3 ISO players.
Yeah, Mike D'Antoni must be like cooking something up in the kitchen
Mike D'Antoni,
right? Something we don't know about.
No defense, all offense.
That's right. We ain't worried about them scoring on us. We're just gonna try to outscore them every game. That's his plan. He got Coach of the Year too. Shout out to him. One more slightly, off-season rumor mill going on, but it's LeBron James is not happy with the Cavaliers off-season and how quiet they've been. they got like 2 really crappy players that aren't going to help them get to the next level.
Who did they sign? Jose Calderon and
Jeff Green or I forget
Green.
who. But either way, like, I think the Cavs are like, I don't know what they're trying to do, but it looks like they're trying to get rid of LeBron, which is like such a horrible.
What are you doing?
Like, what are you doing?
I think if LeBron leaves, everyone leaves Cleveland, and they end up drafting first overall because they're gonna just have nothing.
They're gonna go to right where they were when LeBron left, which is like, you know, getting Kyrie because they're the first pick and the worst team. But also, they fired David Griffin, which was a GM, you know, that LeBron actually liked because he doesn't like Dan Gilbert that much, you know? Like, after what Dan Gilbert did to LeBron after the first time he left, you know, calling him out in the newspaper.
Yeah, doing all kinds of
just dirty
stuff. And then begging
stuff.
him to come back.
Begging him to come back. And now he's back and you're not really helping him out, like trying to win this.
He got you a ring.
This
is how you repay him.
He ended the drought. He brought water to the darkness, and you really just screwed him over. But, you know, LeBron, you shouldn't fret, man. Come to LA, play for the Lakers. We already know you're not trying to play for the bum Clippers. And it's the biggest market in the league, and you're going to thrive. We got Lonzo Ball. You saw how he played at that summer. LeBron was at the Summer League game, and he was just scouting. I could see it in his eyes.
when Lonzo was giving out those Hail Mary passes. He looking like Tom Brady out there.
I know LeBron wanted to play football and wanted to play for Tom Brady, so I know that's the next best thing is Lonzo Ball right there on the basketball court. He's going to be making them tight end routes, man. He's going to be going crazy. But, I really think LeBron's going to leave the Cavaliers again. That's my hot take. LeBron is leaving the Cavaliers, and it's not going to hurt as much as he did the first time because it's already happened. It's like when your girlfriend cheats on you, and she does, and you take her back, and she does it again.
Like you're playing yourself at this point. Cleveland's just playing yourself. You're playing yourself, Cleveland.
You can't be mad. He's your we know he's your economy over there. So like, I know it's a big deal if he leaves, but like, you know, you guys aren't really doing much to help keep him there, and especially you, Dan Gilbert. Shame on you. Just shame on you for like the last 10 years.
So I got a little bit of more general NBA news. The NBA is switching from Adidas uniforms to Nike uniforms, and it's not going to just be the classic home and away jerseys. I hear Nike's kind of keeping everything under wraps, but there's supposedly going to be alternate designs, and they're coming in the next few months, quote unquote. Nike keeping it low key, and they're going to have some basic white and colored uniforms, but everything else is going to be revealed within the next few months and right before the season starts. So I'm kind of eager. Every team except for the Hornets is going to be wearing Nike. The Hornets are going to obviously be wearing Jordan brand because Michael Jordan owns the team.
Wow.
But I'm kind of eager to see this because Nike does make good uniforms when it comes to, like, I like the NFL style. And then specific, like, soccer clubs have Nike is their uniform provider and stuff. And they make good uniforms, but I'm just eager to see how it's going to translate to the NBA. And if that's going to be something that they do, are they going to be doing ads on the jerseys because I think it's the Pistons that have an ad on their jersey. StubHub is going to...
Oh, yeah, they're the first ones to do it,
they're the first ones who are going to have an ad on their jersey. I don't really mind that because soccer... I mean, I watch soccer a lot, so soccer always has an ad on the jersey. I just hope that it's not... It doesn't take away from the team's identity. Like, you're gonna see a bunch of Home Depot ads, and you're gonna be like, who the hell is this team right now? Is this the Portland Trailblazers or is this the Home Depot?
And I better not buy a Nike jersey and have like 20 ads on it. And it's just like, bro, just keep it on the hardwood. Honestly, I prefer no ads on my jerseys. But you know who would make a better jersey than Nike?
Who?
Big Baller Brand, Big B's, Triple B's. I think they would make a better jerseys, but you know. I don't think they're gonna get the chance to, but no, Nike's gonna have some dope stuff. They always do.
Yeah, I didn't really see the issue with the Adidas jersey. I don't know if they switched it because there was an issue or if they just wanted to.
It's all about that money. I bet it's all about that money.
It's all about who had the fatter check coming in, right?
Always. Yeah. So let me bring us to this next topic real quick. This is just a little quick one. Because I'm just gonna talk about this. All right, hold up.
Go for it.
All right, Kirk Cousins. I gotta switch it over to the NFL real quick. Kirk Cousins got offered a deal that would have made him the highest paid NFL player to re-sign with a team, right? Wow. So he didn't even respond to the offer. Like, usually you'd just be like, oh, yeah, no, or like, let's negotiate, this is too low, too high. Even though it's the highest contract ever offered, like, his agents and representation didn't even respond, so it says a lot about, like, where he's at with the team and, like, where the team,
I've seen that he just wants to continue playing on one-year deals.
Yeah, I think that's a real possibility, too. But
that's interesting because you don't really see that in the NFL. You see that more. There's the NBA definitely does a lot more one-year deals than the NFL in terms of like essential players and the starting lineup. But I don't think he wants to play in Washington.
Yeah, it could be that. Simple. Like, he's a good player, and they've put like pretty decent players around him.
He has some good pieces in Washington.
Yeah, they have a real chance. They were doing really good last season, but.
I think injuries.
I don't know. I think, if I was Kirk Cousins, I would take the long-term deal and just become a franchise player.
Yeah, because there's guaranteed money in that.
Exactly.
What if you get hurt? Guaranteed money.
What if you get hurt? Like, that's just the epitome of like a bad football player. But
so we're gonna be right back. When we come back, we're gonna have some NFL news as well. We got some more juicy NFL knowledge coming to drop for you. So we'll be right back. Hot Streak Podcast. You already know what it is. Yo, and we're back. This Hot Streak Podcast. It's your boy C God. Saif's in the building. You already know what it is.
You dig.
So I actually just gave out some false information about Kirk Cousins. It's not that he doesn't want to play in Washington. It's that Washington, the Redskins, do not want him to play for them. And that kind of gives me a little bit of like, I don't understand that because he's a decent quarterback. They put some, if he gets some better weapons around him, I think the production will go up. But apparently the front office in Washington just decided, and they're like, nah, we don't need him. We're just going to get some bum off the street so he can play quarterback for us and we'll win the Super Bowl. Their thought process and their logic is obviously flawed. But he didn't sign the long-term deal. So it's now basically a game of cat and mouse. Like, he's going to be a free agent next summer or next spring. The potential suitors for him, there's quite a bit of teams that need a quarterback in the NFL. I mean, that's the most essential part of your offense. And if you don't have a good one, you're obviously not going to get far. So Washington Redskins have a year to see this out as him as the starter. He could either play amazing and deserve the fat contract that awaits him, or they could just split ways and that'll be it with his career in Washington. So there's a couple teams that definitely need a quarterback. San Francisco 49ers being one of them. They don't really have anybody who could throw the pigskin down the field. So
not a starting quarterback.
Yeah, definitely not a starting quarterback. I think their starting quarterback last year was Blaine Gabbert.
Yeah, and like half Colin Kaepernick, half Blaine Gabbert.
Yeah, and they don't have pieces. Like, honestly, they're in a rebuild mode, and it's going to be a long season for every 49er fan out there. Ha, ha, ha. You already know who runs the Bay, Oaktown.
Just like usual.
Another team that definitely always needs a quarterback. I feel like this is an endless cycle for them. They keep continuously dropping the ball. The Cleveland Browns.
They're like the Knicks of this league.
Yeah. They have Brock Osweiler. He's not even the starter. They haven't released any statement on who's going to be the starter. Obviously, training camp hasn't started yet, but they got Brock Osweiler on the roster. They got Deshaun Kaiser, the rookie out of Notre Dame, and he's an interesting prospect because he's a big guy. He's 6'5". He's mobile, and he's smart. He doesn't really make mistakes on the field. So that's interesting. If they could get a decent offensive line around him, get some nice pieces, maybe a good running back, we'll see this season. And then we got the New York Jets, another abysmal quarterback.
Another
franchise.
Terrible New York team.
Yeah, right. They have Ryan Fitzpatrick. I think
God.
that's a. Oh, actually, no. I think he walked. I don't know. I don't even know who their quarterback is.
No one. Because if it's still Fitzpatrick, then
there it is. They don't even
one.
have a quarterback. They're going to start Joe Namath as quarterback again. Joe Namath is the.
Oh, no. Don't they have Geno Smith too?
Joe Namath's the guy from the 1970s.
Oh yeah, he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back and start. Throw less interceptions than.
Yeah, and then we got the Los Angeles Rams. I mean, obviously they have the youngster Jared Goff, but if that doesn't work out for them, maybe Kirk Cousins may be an option for them. I don't know. Then we have Arizona, the Cardinals. Carson Palmer's in the twilight of his career. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to split with him anytime soon. I think he ends up retiring as a Cardinal, but I mean, maybe that's a landing spot for Kirk Cousins. Then we have Jacksonville Jaguars with Blake Bortles, interception machine. He was hired. Think about this. 4 years ago in the NFL draft, Blake Bortles was picked before Derek Carr.
What? Did that happen?
Yes. Blake Bortles was picked before Derek Carr, and his workouts and everything. Everyone expected Blake Bortles would be like this amazing quarterback. Obviously, nothing has materialized. He plays for the Jacksonville Jaguars, but he still got a year on his contract.
He was decent. I mean, he wasn't consistent at all, but like he showed some flashes, a couple games here and there. But to be honest,
He throws way too many interceptions.
Yeah, because he ruins the flow of the game when he does that, and it's just. He sets his team back a lot. I don't think they should.
And they do have some decent wide receivers. Like there's like the guy Robinson. At USC, Markel Lee.
Yeah, Marquise Lee.
Marquise Lee. Yeah,
you got a lot of guys who can run down the field, and
some
he's
speedsters.
Yeah, he's not cutting it for them. I don't know why they put him as like their focus and like their number one guy. He definitely shouldn't be the number one guy.
Yeah, and then we have another franchise with some quarterback issues. It's kind of unfortunate because I like this guy. So Minnesota, obviously Teddy Bridgewater got hurt last year. He's taken the whole year off, and apparently he might have to take this whole season off as well.
Yeah, his career sounds like it's done.
Yeah, so they might just let him walk. That's the way the league works. Like if you're not on the field, you're expendable.
It's business.
So they got Sam Bradford, so that might be a potential landing spot for Kirk Cousins as well. And then Denver. We got the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos got Trevor Siemian and Paxton Lynch on their roster. I think they also drafted another guy. I'm not sure. But inexperienced quarterbacks, young quarterbacks. Maybe Kirk Cousins can land in Denver and change something up. This is all hypothetical, by the way. Like this all depends on his season, this upcoming season, because he's not a free agent until March 2018. And then the Buffalo Bills continuously not getting quarterbacks, just always falling behind New England. New England just literally kicks them down.
Yeah, they need to find out their identity.
Yeah, they have no identity.
Because they don't know like what they want in their quarterback anyways.
Yeah, and they actually have a really good running game. Like their running game is nice. LaShawn McCoy with those halfback draws, the little passes out of the backfield. He's shifty McCoy, right? That's what they call him, Shifty McCoy. So, yeah, we're gonna have a lot of free agency buzzes this season. We got more contract negotiations that failed to materialize. We got Le'Veon Bell. He didn't sign a major contract with the Steelers. Honestly, I guess it's on Pittsburgh's end because Le'Veon wants to be a Steeler.
And he wants to be a rapper too.
Oh, does he?
That's another story. He has a mixtape on SoundCloud. Go keep that, Le'Veon Bell. But that's another story. But yeah, I think I don't know. I think he should stay. Didn't they franchise tag him?
Yeah, that's why he's gonna make. I think he's gonna make like $12 million with the franchise tender this season. But at the same time, he's not getting that guaranteed money.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, there's some teams that need him too that could pay him a lot of money, like the Browns, the Raiders.
That's true.
The Seahawks, the Giants, even the Buccaneers. You know what I mean? Because those are all teams without consistent running games, and definitely Le'Veon Bell is a top 2 running back in the league.
I think Le'Veon Bell is the best running back in the league. I've never seen anybody run the way he runs. It's crazy. He literally gets the ball and just stops and waits for all the blocks to like materialize, and then he just breaks through. And it's patient running. If you want to define someone as a patient runner, Le'Veon Bell is
watch his highlights.
Yeah, is the most patient runner in the NFL.
It'll like give you the chills because you're just like, damn, like how is he?
And it's
he just waiting it out?
Yeah, he just literally waits there, and it's like, what the heck? And then the defense commits, and he finds where the defense moved he finds that hole.
His only problem is he's got to get off the weed. Get off the weed, Le'Veon Bell. You keep getting suspended for like dumb stuff. Like, are you trying to be a NFL professional, or are you trying to be a pothead, bro, or a rapper?
Yeah,
pick one.
Riddle me that.
Nah, but like that's a minor problem he's had, but like definitely a lot of upside.
He bounced back from that knee injury. That he had a horrible knee injury in 2015. His knee totally just spun the other way. It was gross.
It was like a Paul George kind of injury. It was bad.
So he bounced back from that, had a decent 2016. I think he had a suspension, and then he actually got hurt at the end of the season, so he couldn't play in the playoff game against the Patriots. Yeah. But I like Le'Veon Bell. I don't like the Steelers, so I hope he walks. But
I don't even mind the Steelers.
There's gonna be a 16-game standoff between them. So it's all about his production. If he produces this year, they're gonna pay him. If he doesn't, they're gonna let him walk. And it's all about who hands out the fattest check at this point, because you can't really be loyal to a team who wasn't really loyal to you.
No doubt.
So I'm eager to see that. More running back news. Saif, you want to hit him with that?
I'm sad by this because this was my favorite rookie last year. I had him on my fantasy football team, and he basically carried me throughout the season. Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott. He's got a lot of off the field problems, and when they were scouting him for the draft, they were kind of worried about it because he already had like a domestic violence incident that never really went through because the alleged victim was, she never took it to court like that, and it's just getting worse since then, though, because, ever since the season finished, like, he had that Mardi Gras incident where he pulled up this girl's shirt, and now he got in apparently a fight or some kind of scuffle, allegedly, in a Dallas bar in Cedar Springs. It's called Clutch, and definitely, people were saying that he threw a punch. We don't know whether it was defending himself or not, but he's definitely getting in like some incidents. Either he's just putting himself in the wrong positions, hanging out with the wrong people. He's just not mature enough yet.
I think it's a culture issue in Dallas right now. I think the whole culture of that locker room and that organization is on the wrong track. You can start off by looking at their owner. He's a nutcase.
Oh yeah,
but
he's my favorite owner, but he's just crazy.
He's crazy. And
what's his name?
Jerry Jones.
Yeah, Jerry Jones. Des Bryant, he has a big mouth, but like I know what you mean when you're talking about that locker room culture around the Cowboys, because they're kind of just like, doing their own thing. I mean, Dak Prescott seems like professional. He seems like a real pro.
Dak Prescott is probably the most professional guy in that locker room, I feel like. And then you lost a leader. You lost your leader last season. You lost your leader, Tony Romo. He was basically, the face of the franchise. Whether you like it or not, he was the face of the franchise. You got lucky that you got two rookies who balled out, and now you have someone who could replace him. But other than that, on the defensive end, they always got a bunch of dudes getting into off the field issues. Whether it be gun charges, marijuana possession, or domestic violence. Like, it's just...
Yeah, to elaborate more on the domestic violence, Ezekiel Elliott, he had one in Ohio before he started in the NFL, and then now he has one in Florida. But this is just an accusation. No charges were filed in any of those incidents yet.
And I feel like we got to give him the benefit of the doubt, because we don't really know what happened.
Yeah, I try to put myself in his shoes, but it's just like...
There's always people looking for a payday off of an NFL star any day of the week.
Definitely.
And we've seen it with the Jameis Winston incident where he got accused of sexually assaulting a woman, and it was false. And so he ended up bouncing back, having a good year. And then he's like, you know what? I'm going to sue her. And he sued her for every penny that she was worth.
Exactly.
So...
And another thing with Elliott, and this isn't a big deal, but he got a ticket, or he's appealing a conviction for speeding over 100 miles per hour through a tollway. And this isn't really like a big deal, but it is in a sense, because he's a public figure now, and he's essentially the face of the Cowboys, one of the faces of the Cowboys. Yeah. And, he has to just take a step back and look at it like, okay, how am I going to be perceived? How is my team going to be perceived? How does this look at, on me? And it seems like he's still like a young dude and needs a lot of time to mature. So we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, he's definitely in some hot water right now.
So I heard this story. I was watching ESPN. I heard this story, and it's kind of surprising to me because it's about Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel's calling front offices, talking about, I want to make a comeback. And at first, I look at it and I'm like, okay, like, obviously this dude was a horrible teammate. He was a horrible professional. He let money get to him. He let drugs get to him. He didn't take advantage of the lottery ticket that he had in his hand.
Another immature guy, right?
Yeah. And so I'm all about the redemption arc, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm all about that. Like, okay, this guy messes up and then he comes back and he has a great career. Maybe second not chances. Win a Super Bowl, second chances. But at the same time, I look at it in this perspective of Johnny Manziel has taken 2 years off and there's general managers picking up the phone and listening to this guy. But there's those same general managers are not calling an established pro and Colin Kaepernick and giving him a tryout, and what is the story behind that? Like, Colin Kaepernick went to a Super Bowl. Colin Kaepernick has playoff experience. Colin Kaepernick is a good quarterback. He just played on a crappy team, and aside from the political statements that he made, there's nothing really wrong about this guy. And then you're gonna sit here and give Johnny Manziel light of day when he obviously, everything that he's done has been horrible in the NFL. Everything that he's done, everything that his name is attached to has been not good. I don't know. I feel like that's
I'll play devil's advocate, and I'll make the case against why they're not gonna pick up Colin Kaepernick. And like, he made those off the field. Well, I guess they're on the field. Not standing for the pledge, stuff like that. And just the comments about, like, societal problems. And I guess obviously got a lot of backlash for that. But to me, I feel like it wouldn't have been as big of a deal if he would have played well and if he would have played great. And so he kind of let a lot of the stuff that he was saying off the field overshadow his on-field play. Because his on-field play, if it was great, it would have overshadowed any problem. Because no NFL team's going to pass up on a great quarterback if they're truly great, just because he's saying some stuff, about society and some stuff that he's feeling about his country. And now a lot of teams will do that because there are certain markets like Dallas, you can't imagine, a guy not standing for the pledge. But like, there's just certain stuff. And then like Manziel, he's had his problems. And he hasn't ever been great in the NFL, really. But he's also kind of unproven. He's kind of like a question mark. Whereas, like, we've seen what Colin Kaepernick can do. We know what he's done. He's had some experience, whether it's good or bad. And, I mean, if there's teams out there looking for, like, a new rookie quarterback that they can try to develop and pay him not that much, trying to fit him into the team, the roster, then I can see why people would be hitting up Johnny Manziel. Because, if he seems dedicated, and we saw how he played in college, he was great. He was unstoppable in college. But if he can, take that to the NFL, it would be awesome. And I think there will be some teams willing to take that chance. But
I say Johnny Manziel off the bat right now, if he does ever make it back into the league, he never sees the field in regular season play. Never sees the field.
That's a hot take right there. If he comes back, he'll never see the field. Yeah, I mean, unless he's on practice squads or something like that. I feel like if
if he makes the 52-man roster, 53-man roster, whatever it is, he's gonna be a third stringer. He's not gonna start. The only way he sees the field is injuries.
Yeah, and
because I don't think he translates to the NFL. I don't think his skill set translates.
Yeah, especially he's mature. The whole thing for me is the maturity aspect, because like if he's mature, he'll dedicate himself to football.
And there's nothing wrong with being a backup quarterback. Honestly, you still get that check.
You still get that check, and you still get some playing time, and you have opportunities.
You're essentially doing the prerequisites for your next career goal, which is becoming a coach. Because usually backup quarterbacks or third string quarterbacks, they usually become a part of the coaching staff.
Yeah.
At some point in their career, like they'll retire after 8 years, 10 years, or whatever it is. Get a couple starts under their belt. You know what? Like they play for bad teams, get some starts, and then turn their eyes into the coaching aspect of the game, and they become coaches. And a lot like Gary Kubiak was a coach, or was a backup quarterback for John Elway, and he's a Super Bowl winning coach. And there's
Mike Ditka or whatever his name is.
No, Mike Ditka played linebacker.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Or actually, I think he might have played tight end. Sorry. But what's the coach for Dallas? What's his name? Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett was in Troy Aikman's backup.
Was he?
Yeah. He started. He was actually drafted before Troy Aikman, and then he started a couple games and he got his ass beat. And then they're like, you know what, you're gonna go back down.
Yeah, not so much.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I honestly, Colin Kaepernick, we're gonna be talking back to him. He stated that he's gonna take some time off of football and focus on his political activist.
See, that's another thing to me is like you're not focused on football, whereas Manziel, he's hopefully essentially putting all his time and energy into football. Well,
I feel like you can't give Colin Kaepernick a chance if he's not 100% committed to you anyway. So
no professional athlete.
I can see the both sides of that. But again, Colin Kaepernick is leaving football for a good reason. So, I mean, I just wish the best for him. Even though he was a 49er and they suck and I hate them.
Yeah.
But
garbage. Yeah, bums.
But it's
has-beens.
Yeah. So, we'll be right back with more hot takes. I think we got some hot takes coming. So, stay tuned. Listen to us on hotstreakpodcast.com. Follow us on Instagram at hotstreakpodcast.
And follow us on Twitter at hotstreakpod. And yeah, we'll be right back.
Yo, and we're back on the Hot Streak Podcast. It's your boy C-God. I got Saif in the building. We still out here. So we got some soccer news coming through. Some soccer rumors. Apparently, Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, the French powerhouse team, is essentially trying to get Neymar from Barcelona. They're trying to pay the $22 million or 22 million euro release.
222.
Oh, 222
millies.
$222 million release clause in his Barcelona contract. That is insane.
A lot, man.
As far as I know right now, it's all rumor based because they're trying to get Alexis Sanchez too from Arsenal because he's having contract disputes.
These rumors have been playing with my emotions.
Yeah,
when I woke up today, it was like confirmed almost. Like, yeah, Neymar, PSG, agrees to these terms, but then we got an update 8 minutes ago saying Neymar insists that he's happy with Barcelona.
Yeah,
amidst all these agreement links.
I actually saw him at the training today. I follow Barcelona on Instagram, and they always post like the training pictures and videos and stuff. And he looks like he's having a great time. He's got a lot of Brazilian international teammates there. I mean, obviously he's playing with the greatest player of all time in Messi. So I don't really see why he would want to leave. He did have not the best season last year, but at the same time, he stepped up in a really amazing game against PSG where they were down 4-0 on aggregate and they had to win by 5 goals. So they come back and they win 6-1 at home, and he was an essential part of that comeback. He scored a free kick, he scored a penalty, and he gave an assist for the game-winning goal. Want him. So PSG's like, let's steal a little bit of that thunder because I'm tired of losing to Barcelona in the Champions League. Because it literally, it feels like it happens every year. Barcelona versus PSG in the Champions League, whether it be quarterfinals, semifinals, or in the group stage, they're always playing. But I think it's all rumors. I don't know.
I'm a Barca fan, so I hope this is all just like fake news, CNN. Yeah.
This is just Real Madrid right here. This is Real Madrid throwing little cents into the newspapers. They're like, hey man, why don't you link Neymar over here and link Neymar to China? Do something crazy, make Barcelona fans turn over and make them lose some sleep. But I think that's it. That's
it for Neymar news.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for Neymar. Everyone's going on tour. There's the International Champions Cup Tour in the United States. Manchester United has played the first 2 games against the Galaxy and Real Salt Lake, and we have Real Madrid gonna play their first friendlies in the U.S. and Barcelona is gonna play their first friendlies in the U.S. I think they're still in Spain right now, but they're gonna be making their trip to the U.S. to play in this competition. Obviously, it's just a friendly competition, but we have a soccer anomaly in August. We have the first ever Real Madrid versus Barcelona not in Spain.
What?
So it's going to be Real Madrid versus Barcelona in Miami, Florida, and those tickets sold out like in 30 seconds or something.
What the hell?
So that's going to be
lit.
I know. I wish it was in LA. That would be insane. The traffic in LA would be insane. Oh my God. Bro. So
we're going to hear the chants from here. Like.
Yeah, seriously.
It's going to be that crazy.
It's like two superpowers clashing. It's like Russia versus the US basically in soccer. But yeah, I'm excited for the season. Everything looks good. There's been a couple signings here and there. A lot of rumors still flying. Usually the last signings are either transfer deadline day or like that week leading up to it. So should be fun.
We gotta introduce them to our newest segment right now though.
Oh yeah, why don't you go ahead and do that?
Switch it over. We got this new segment. It's called, we're watching. You guys are listening to Hot Streak Podcast. You might be watching on YouTube, but this is probably my favorite segment that we're about to start today. It's called Hot Takes with Hot Streak Podcast. So to get it started, I want to see Carlos. What's your hot take of the day?
Hot take of the day.
It's got to be juicy, man. It's got to be 400 degrees Fahrenheit.
Are we sticking to one sport, or are we just gonna go all like generalize it?
Yeah. Do all of them.
Okay, so my NBA hot take of the day. Lakers make the playoffs, and Lonzo Ball wins Rookie of the Year, and he gets over 15 triple doubles in the season.
Ooh.
And hot take for the NFL. There's going to be a new dynasty that is birthed, and it's going to be the Oakland Raiders / Las Vegas Raiders. They're going to be the new dynasty of the NFL. You're going to hear Derek Carr's name. Like, essentially, it's going to be synonymous with greatness. So that's my other hot take.
Aaron Rodgers.
Barcelona wins the treble this year.
Ooh, okay. I like that. That's pretty hot right there.
Barcelona wins the treble, and Arsenal wins the league, which has not been done for like 15 years, like 14 years, I think, since like 2004. Yeah, 13 years. Since 2004, they haven't won the league. So Arsenal wins the league. Let's get it done.
All right. I got a couple hot takes for the NBA. First one, Lonzo Ball. Of course, Rookie of the Year. I agree with that. Lakers make the 7th seed of the playoffs. The Timberwolves going to be the 6th seed. And I'm going to say that Julius Randle is going to win Most Improved Player.
Ooh.
And, NFL.
I agree with that.
Packers are going to take the Super Bowl. I'm just going to go straight in. No matter how they start, they're going to end up in the Super Bowl. And
they're going to win it, or they're going to end up in it?
They're going to end up in it. And then Devontae Adams, wide receiver for the Packers, is going to be Most Improved Player in the NFL because he's a boss, and he's just going to keep bossing up. They got Martellus Bennett too, so that's just going to be more help. And then for soccer, you know what? I don't really have a hot take for soccer other than Neymar leaves, but I'm not going to say where because I don't even know. But he's not going to stay with Barca, even though I'm a big Barca fan and I want it to happen. I don't know. I had a bad feeling.
Oh man, you put the bad juju in this.
No, because he can go be a star somewhere else, and like he's with Messi right now, and Messi might leave whenever he leaves. He just ages in Barca, but Neymar, he has potential to just be a rock star on his own somewhere else. So I think he might do it just because it's business. It's business.
That's true.
So yeah, that's my hot take, man.
I was gonna say another one. Do not sleep on Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper, wide receiver for the Oakland Raiders. Crisp route running. Speed is unmatched. Honestly, he's 6'1", and that boy could jump out of the stadium. Yeah, Amari Cooper is gonna have another 1,000-yard season, maybe even 2,000 yards. I don't know.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Shoot. Nah, he probably won't. But yeah, that's a nice hot take. Anyways, it's probably not gonna happen though. So we can just forget about that. I'm just kidding. Nah, but yeah, that's our hot takes for the day, guys. All right, guys, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Hot Streak Podcast and Twitter at Hot Streak Pod POD. Also follow our executive producer Caesar, CRP shows on Instagram. And yeah,
you can follow his personal account too. It's I am Caesar Rod on both Twitter and Instagram.
Follow my personal account too, because trust me, it's just a bunch of hot fire and a bunch of juicy hot takes, all the time. Nah, but it's YUNGXSAIF. That's on Instagram. Find me. And then Carlos, what's your Instagram, bro?
Yeah, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram at chef_seagod.
You dig.
You dig.
And yeah, thanks for listening.
You're gonna give your Twitter out?
Nah, bro, I don't do that.
Oh,
no way, man.
Oh man,
that's dangerous.
All right, man. So thanks for listening. Catch you next week.
This was a Cesar Rodriguez production. Check out more at crpshows.com.